line of people like lined up to do the same thing. And
what's up, guys? So I just wanted to show y'all a unorthodox deck that I'm using at the moment. I might need to tech it a little bit better. I got some explorer's guidances in here, and I just had to discard only two lava magma basins and a charizard. But we're running Armor Rouge EX from the Torracat with the Litten Rare Candy into the Incineroar EX, and also the Kangashkhan EX for the triple draw and double turboing into the incessant punching. So we can hit up to 400 with that, which is pretty good. And this one is pretty cool because, hold on. Because it tanks the first hit, takes 80 less damage from the first hit, and then yeah, it can hit pretty decent. And this one costs less for each opponent's bench Pokemon, so that's pretty good too, especially if they have a lot of bench Pokemon. So this would be like kind of like a sub. Like if I felt like they're gonna have a full bench, I'd use this one. But hold on, I think we can 160. I think we're gonna be 20 off. No, yeah, nice. So I'm playing the ranked ladder right now. I'm at 340 rank at the moment. And this dude is running a deck I've never seen before. I thought that was kind of interesting, running the Charizard V into the Charizard V-Star. And I'm not sure what he's thinking with these, but
in front of like the waterfall or the place, and that's kind of how this is, guys. Is
I really think this card's underrated. It might just be me, but it can hit anywhere from 100 to 400 if we hit the 4x heads, and the triple draw is pretty strong too.
Everyone wants to give this this like beautiful image of everything's all sunshine and rainbows. You buy things, they go up. Oh, anyone running business, they're making tons of money, tons of margins. The product's always moving really easily. They're not taking losses. They're going to shows and collecticons, and they're making all kinds of money. And when they do get things wrong, it's okay. You just hold for X amount of time. It comes back, and but no one talks about everything in between, right? No one talks about the majority of people that are all trying to figure out what works. And what happens is you get kind of sucked into this community, right? You're in the chats, you're in discords, you're watching videos, you're watching Instagram and TikToks, and you see all this action going on, right? You just want to be a part of it, right? It's like you walk into a casino and it's like, oh, I gotta roll the dice, I gotta play craps, I gotta spin wheel, like I gotta go put a bet on roulette. Oh, I'm seeing cards, I gotta put some blackjack, look at the slots, I gotta do some spins. And I feel like that's what people are doing in this hobby all too often, and they don't even know why. People don't even know why they're doing things, and I literally have proof of that. I mean, I have conversations I've had with people.
So if I'm gonna attack my deck around this card, the Armor Rouge, I think I would run a Orachino, so I can heal 20 from the Pokemon in the active. But we're gonna run this back one more time and take a few cards out and then run it back and see if it works a little bit better.
They don't know why they've done some of the things they did. They were just kind of almost following the crowd, or just heard there was plays here, heard this was going to do this, like, asking me what happens with these markets, as if like I have a crystal ball. Like, I don't know. Like, did you not have any idea what could happen with these markets before you started to move in? And so let's dig into it. I've been rambling long enough. Okay, 5 minutes in. All right, let's get into this. So first thing I wrote down, which I've talked to multiple people about, and I wanted to really dive into. What are you doing? You have to ask yourself, what are you doing here? Are you an investor? Are you trying to run a business and flip things? Are you a collector, right? Are you a combination, right? What are your goals in the hobby? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to go full time with this eventually? Most people aren't. Are you trying to make a side income? Are you trying to just enjoy the hobby and like try to make the best purchases you can, or know when to buy and expand your collection? Are you trying to be an investor? Are you trying to just passively invest over time? What are you doing in this hobby? And I think a lot of people don't really know. Like, I think a lot of people that tried to answer that question, they couldn't answer it. They really couldn't. They're like, well, I invest in some sealed product, but there's these plays that I make on singles, or these Costco boxes. Like, I can buy these Costco boxes, I can break them down, and I can sell the packs in the promo. I'm making like a margin here, and well, Pokemon Center, like, I had to take advantage of that. I knew it was going to be a quick flip, so I wanted to $900 into a case of Brilliant Stars, and I wanted to flip it for $1,100, and then after fees and shipping, I made like $80. Like, cool. It's like, no one knows like what they're doing. They're doing a little bit of everything, and then like, eventually you reach a point where some people already have, like I said, or I get reached out to and talk about these people, is you reach just a kind of a burnout, right? Because you're constantly spinning your wheels, you're constantly chasing the next play, chasing your tail, trying to build this investment because you want to be an investor, trying to make flips, you want to be a flipper, not having enough capital to do both, and then not having enough time to do both because you got a life you're trying to live, not really trying to go full time. And so that's the big thing, guys, is you need to like actually ask yourself that question after the stream right now. What exactly you are wanting to do in this hobby? And I can't answer that for you. You have to answer it for yourself. But it's going to help a lot of your decisions going forward, right? And if you're a collector, right, what kind of collector are you? I've had to ask myself this question recently. My recent collection video, right? My recent collection video really drove into my mind, like, I really have a lot of slabs that I've acquired over the past 8 months, and I'm not even that much of a singles guy. Like, I'm much more of a sealed guy, and it's forced me to look at things and be like, it burns you out. So that's the first part of this. All right. The second part of this is, do you even understand the market you're in or the plays that you're making? And guys, I know this sounds elementary, but these are very serious questions, right? What are you trying to do in this hobby, right? If you're a flipper or a business, there's so many different routes you can go. Are you trying to like do it with sealed? Are you trying to like import things from Japan or other languages and sell here? Are you trying to, somehow make it work with a distributor? I personally don't think it's very likely that you can make a living just from sealed flipping with English these days, just because it's so hard right out of the gate, and you have so much competition with people getting better prices than you. But I mean, are you trying to do that? Be like a sealed store? Are you trying to do bulk, right? Like, are you trying to be a bulk guy? Like, buy these magic products and break them down and sell the singles and make margins that way. Or like do the same with the Pokemon, buy out Pokemon bulk, or, and break down the bulk and list it all separately. I know people doing it. It's how card shops make their living. However, it's very time consuming, and it takes a lot of, if you want to get like sorting machines and go all big, it takes a lot of financial commitment from you. You don't want to go that big. It takes a ton of time and commitment. Think of all the time it takes to go through, sort all the cards, list all the cards, then the orders start pouring in every single day. You're getting off work. You got to fill all these orders. You got to keep listing more, keep getting more product in. I mean, it is a grind, and anyone doing bulk will tell you it is a grind. So you have to ask yourself, is this really what I want? The PSA, BGS, CGC, if you're still using them, the grading route, right? Trying to find raw mint singles to grade. It's lucrative. I mean, I do it. There's definitely money in there, but there's a whole bunch of different issues you run into there, right? One of the issues is finding mint singles. Going to shows, going to card shops, seeing them in person, it's going to be your best bet. next best bet, seeing good pictures on eBay, and then it's going to be buying bulk on TCG Player, buying a large amount of them, getting them in, pre-grading them, sending in the ones you think can get 10s. You're going to spend the time to sell off the singles that you have left. When the grades come back, the ones that don't get 10s, you're probably going to break even, maybe make a little, maybe lose a little, have to sell those off. The 10s, you're going to make a profit, and you just keep rinsing and repeating this method again and again and again. And maybe that's your thing, right? Maybe you want to do that. And so the best thing to do is maybe start to do a little of each, try to experiment with each one and see what you like without getting too deep. Because I'll tell you, like, it's not for everyone. A lot of it's not for me, right? I've tried a little bit of everything. A lot of it's just not for me. Whereas other people, they love it, right? They like being in a routine. They like always being buying and always being selling. They love waking up and having orders to ship every single day. It makes them feel like their business is moving and successful and all that. And so you have to ask yourself, like, what's right for you? Because I'll tell you right now, especially if you're working full